Good morning, dear students. In our previous video, we have seen the different types of if, that is simple if else ladder, and nested if. We have seen the example of simple if and the programs related with the if else. 3 program, that is leap year, divisible by 4 and eligible, that 3 programs I have given you in the homework. I hope you people follow the instructions and do a homework in the rough book. Let us start with our today's session. As I have told you that I will perform these 3 programs. So let us start. This is the example of if else. Then what is the first definition of if else in the homework? Input a year from the keyboard and check it is leap year or not. First of all, let us include 2 header files, iostream.h and has include conio.h, void main, clear screen and get ch. Now how many variables we need to take? That is integer year. Say for example integer year. Now we need to input year. So let us enter it by the cout cin, that is enter year cin. Variable is yr. Now what is the formula for that? If something we have to put or we have to write condition over there, we skip that part right now. It is leap year, else part cout not leap year. Now we have to put certain condition over here, that is with year. So I have written year variable over there. Now leap year comes in after every 4 years there is a leap year. That means the number the year which is modulus by 4 double equals to 0, that year is known as a leap year. So we need to put this modulo condition over here. The year modulus by 4 double equals to 0. If year is modulus by c, there is a difference between divisible and modulus, right? One returns remainder and another returns the upper portion, right? So year modulus by 4 double equals to 0. Now let us save this program by either going into the file and save or press F2 from the keyboard. This is the program number 18. Let us save this file. The file is renamed. Press Ctrl F9 to run the program. Let me input the year 2000, which is modulus by 4, which returns 0. So entered year is leap year. But consider the case where I am going to input 1999. In this it is not leap year because the year I module by the 4 will not return 0. So this is the simple logic to find out the year is leap year or not. The second program is similar with this? We need to find out, we need to first of all input the number from the keyboard, and we need to find out whether the number is divisible by 0 or not. So for that, see, this logic remains as it is. What we need to do, we need to just replace the variable with that. Just number over here, enter number, NO modulus by 4 double equals to 0. Then entered number is divisible by 4. The number is not divisible by 4. So you can write this, you can copy this program and you can write it, and you can change just the name of the variable. Let us take new program. Example of if else. Input number from the keyboard and check it is divisible by 4 or not. First of all, we need to include two header files, iostream.h and has include conio.h. Void main. How many variables I need to take? Only a single variable, that is number. So let me take integer number. Let us take cout, cin, enter number, cin number, again now we need to use what? If else condition, because we have inputted the number from the keyboard. Number divided by 4 double equals to 0. Then cout the number is divisible by 4, else cout number is not divisible by 4. You can see over here that our previous logic is same over here. The number modulus by 4 double equals to 0, which is same as the program of leap year. But in leap year we have taken variable year. Here we have taken NO variable, and over there we print enter year. Here we printed enter number. If number modulus by 4 double equals to 0, then number is divisible by 4. Otherwise number is not divisible by 4. Similarly in year modulus by 4 double equals to 0. The entered year is leap year, else the year is not leap year. Now let us save this program. This is the program number 19. Control F9. Inputting 20. 20 is divisible by 4. Suppose I am inputting 19. The 19 is not divisible by 4. Here I have putted colon. Let us remove that. 19 number is not divisible by 4. So this is the second program, and I hope you people have performed in that rough book. Just you need to compare both programs and find out the mistakes which is performed by you. Now next program, or we can say the last program related with if else, is what? You need to input age from the keyboard, and you need to find out that whether the age is that person is eligible for driving license or not, right? So for that, let us first of all write the comment line. Example of person is eligible for driving license or not. Now let us include two header file over here, iostream.h and has include ponyo.h. You can apply multiple comment line, multi-line comment line over here. Remember the syntax of multi-line comment line also. You can write like this. Remove this single line and at the end you need to perform asterisk and then slash. Right? Both way you can use the comment line. Void main. Now how many variables we need to take and what type of variable we are going to take. That is, data type is integer. You may take data type float because age may be 1.5 year, 2 year, 15 year, 19 year. So you can take like that, but right now I am taking integer. Integer age because I want to input age, that's why I am taking variable age, so that we came to know that what we need to input in the variable or for what purpose we have taken that variable. Cout, enter age. See, this is a very easy program and we are just revising all the things because these programs we have already done in the C language. Here we are just converting the programs. The condition portion we skip right now. Person is eligible for driving license. See, message you can print any message, right? There is no rules or any specific things that you need to print message like that way only. So here I have taken person is eligible for driving license or person is not eligible for driving license. You can just simplify this, like you can write like eligible for driving license or not eligible for driving license. That means you can skip the portion person is, right? Person is eligible for driving license and not eligible for driving license. Now let me put a condition age. Now what is the condition for the driving license? Age greater than or equals to 18, then person is eligible for driving license. Let us save this program. Program number 20. These all programs you need to write in your journal. Press Ctrl F9. Let me input age 20. Person is eligible for driving license. Let me input age 15. Person is not eligible for driving license. So in this way you can put a condition and you can execute the statements based on the given condition. We have seen two types of if, simple if, but in that only true part is there. Suppose the condition is false, there is no option to execute else portion, or we can say false condition. To reduce such kind of problem, we are having if else part. If else part means what? If the condition is false, then the else part is executed. So we need to give the condition with if part, and there is no requirement to give condition with else portion. What is the reason? Because if the condition is wrong, at that time it will automatically jump into the else part, right? So this is all about the if else portion. I hope you people understand the concept of simple if and the if else, and there is a difference between simple if and if else that you need to understand. That with if, simple if, there is no false part. With if else, there is a false part. That means in the case, suppose if is wrong, the condition given by the if is wrong, then the portion which is given in the else statement, it will automatically execute. Now let us move to the next program, that is related with our new topic. New topic means if else ladder. Yesterday only I have shared the syntax of if else ladder. In that situation, what is the requirement of if else ladder? Yes, it is used when you want to give more than two conditions. At that time you can use if else ladder, right? So, and what you need to recall in the if else ladder? Always remember one thing, the number of conditions you can put with the if else ladder, but just keep in mind that there must be one else statement. And when else statement is executed, when the number of conditions which is given by you, right, that all conditions are false, at that time at least one else part is there where you don't need to give the condition, you just need to write the statements. If all the conditions are getting wrong, in that case it will automatically execute the else portion, right? So let us start with the example of if else ladder. The first program is related with the finding maximum from the two values. So here I have written find maximum from two values. Now has include iostream dot h, has include conio dot h, void main, clr ser, get ch. Now how many variables we need to take? That is a and b, two variable, because I want to compare two values. For that I have taken a and b variable. Now we need to input cout, enter value for a, cin, store that data into the a variable, again cout, enter value for b, cin b. So in this way we have inputted two values from the screen using scanf, or we can say using cin, cout, right? Now it is time to put a condition. In our previous program, that means if else condition is there, at that time what we have written? If a greater than b. Here I have told you that greater than is which kind of operator? It is a comparison operator. You are going to compare two values. So we have used greater than operator over here. We can print like this: if a greater than b, then a is maximum. Now we have written else over there, right? In else we have written like this: else cout b is maximum, right? But now what is the scenario? Now tell me, what is the drawback of this program? First of all, let me save this program and I will explain that what is the difference and what is the requirement to use if else ladder over here. Let me save this program. This is the program number 21. P21. Let me explain the benefits of if-else ladder and the drawback of if-else. Suppose here I have used if-else only. Right now I am not used if-else ladder. Consider this situation. Now I am going to execute the program. Right? I am going to input 10 and value for B is 5. Right? So A is maximum in this situation. Right? Naturally, now suppose I am going to reverse input the value 5 and 10. Then B is maximum. This is the unstable, right? But consider the case, the given case. If I am going to input 5 in A and 5 in B. Let me repeat once again. I am going to input 5 in A and 5 in B. That is the equal case we can say, because both the value of variable are equal. Then what will be the output in this case? Can you tell me that what is the output of this program? In this case, else part is executed. See, I have already told you that with else part we have not given any condition. That means if the given condition is false, at that time it will automatically go into the else portion. And in this case also, it will print B is maximum. The reason I have told you that we have put the condition with if statement. That means it will check 5 greater than 5. The condition is false. So it will automatically go into the else part and it will print the B is maximum. To avoid this kind of problem, we again use the condition if B greater than A, then print B is maximum. And the last condition, that means we need to use only a else portion, right? We don't need to give any condition over there with else cout. Here we can write like this, both are equals. Got the requirement to use if-else ladder? In our previous topic, we have just used if and else part. That means we have not given any condition with else part. In that program, there is a problem. Which kind of problem? Suppose we are going to input two similar values inside A and B variable. At that time, first of all, it compares A greater than B. The condition is false, so it will automatically go into the else portion because we have not given any condition over there. So it will automatically print B is maximum. Actually, the output is false. To avoid such kind of problem, we have used if-else ladder, and we can give the conditions like this, that if B greater than A, then print B is maximum. In all the remaining cases, print both are equals. Now save this program by pressing F2 only, because we have already saved the given program, and press Ctrl F9. First of all, let us check the first case, that is 10 or 5. The A is maximum. Ctrl F9. 5, 10. B is maximum. And now input the same value. Both are equals. I hope you people understand that what is the facility given by different if-else. Simple if-else and if-else ladder. Right? Now let us perform the last program of today's session, that is if-else ladder example once again. This is the last example of if-else ladder. Input number from the keyboard and check negative, positive or 0. That means you need to input one number from the keyboard and you need to check whether the number is negative or positive or 0. So for that, let us include two header files, iostream.h, as we have already included in our previous programs also, ponyo.h, void main, two opening and closing brackets of void main, clear screen. Now syntactical error does not occur, right? You need to take care for such. Integer number, just input only a single number, so enter number, cin variable number. Now here we need to put certain conditions, so I skip that portion right now, and number is positive. Then else if, syntactically let us write down, so that we just need to write the condition part only. Number is negative, and in remaining case, if number is not positive, number is not negative, in that case cout 0. See, some of you are not typing properly, right? So always write in this format. You can see the format which is written by me. Just observe it, so that if any error is there, you can easily find out that what is the mistakes performed by you, right? But it is, if your code is written complicatedly, at that time it is difficult to trace from that what are the errors, right? So here with number, certain conditions I need to put, so I have written the number in the bracket portion. Now how I can find that this is the positive number? Number which is greater than 0, that number is known as positive number. Here second condition I can put, that is number less than 0, that numbers are called negative numbers, and the number which is not greater than 0, which is not less than 0, that is called 0. That is the exact number in between, right? We are going to put a condition, if number greater than 0, that is called positive numbers. Number which is right side of the 0, that number is known as positive number. The number which is left side of 0, and that number is called negative numbers, or it is less than 0, and remaining numbers are called 0 numbers. So let us save the given program number 22. Press Ctrl F9, enter number, suppose I am going to input 12, the number is positive. Suppose I am going to input minus 12, the number is negative. And suppose I am inputting 0, then number is 0. I hope you people have understand all the three types of if-else conditions, right? Let me share the notepad file for all the today's program which is performed by us, so that you can easily write in the journal. This is the program number 18 of today's session. This is the first program, that is if-else condition. Enter a year from the keyboard and check it is leap year or not. We have taken year variable over here, integer year, and year modulus by 4 double equals to 0. Then the entered year is leap year, otherwise not leap year. Our second program is related with what? Input a number from the keyboard and you need to check the number is divisible by 4 or not, which is similar to the previous program. You can just copy that program and you can just apply or replace the year variable by the number variable. Remaining logic remains as it is, right? So this is the second program. The third program is the last program of if else, that is you need to input age from the keyboard and you need to check that person is eligible for driving license or not. Just take one variable, that is age, enter age from the keyboard. So age greater than or equals to 18, then eligible for the driving license. As I have told you that you can print any message, you can print just eligible or not eligible. Whatever message you want to print, that you can print with the cout. There is no specific rules for such. So this is the third program, or we can say last program of if else condition. The fourth program of today's session is related with the if else ladder. As I have told you that what is the requirement of if else ladder, or we can say what is the difference between if else and if else ladder, right? In that case, suppose if you are just going to use if else, in that situation, if both the numbers are equals, even though in that condition it will print b is maximum, which is incorrect statement. Why? Because you just need to make sure that if both numbers are equals, at that time you need to print both are equals. So for such purpose we have used if else ladder, and if else ladder can be used in this way. This is the syntax which we have already discussed in our previous video, and make sure that you need to just use one else statement in the given if else ladder, right? There is at least one else you need to write. That is the syntax portion which you need to keep in your mind. And the last program of today's session is related with the if else ladder. That is, you need to input number and you need to find out negative number, positive number or 0. That means the number which is entered by you, it is negative, positive or 0. Naturally, if the number is greater than 0, again here we have used greater than operator over here, right? That is comparison operator. There are several types of operators available in C++ also. This is the part of C only. It is a comparison operator because we are going to compare two values with each other, greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, as we used in the age example, license example, right? We have used greater than or equals to operator over there. So we just need to compare two values with each other. At that time you can use comparison operator. If the number is greater than or equals to 0, that means whatever the number which comes from the right side of the number, right, at that time that number is known as positive number. The negative number should be less than 0. In that case it will print negative. You can print message like the entered number is positive, the entered number is negative, or entered number is 0. And this way also you can print. Or otherwise, suppose the number is not positive, number is not negative, in that condition it will automatically print the entered number is 0. Up till now we have completed 3 types of if. One more if is there, that is nested if, which we will discuss at the time of operators, because it is related with the AND operator only. Once you use either AND operator, or you can use the nested if, because nested if is nothing but if inside if. When you want to put two conditions within each other, and if both the conditions are satisfied, at that time only the statements are executed. If you want to put such kind of requirement is there, at that time you can use if, nested if in that situation, right? So that portion we right now skip over here. This is all about the if conditions, right? So we have completed the concept control statements. In that control statements, two types of control statements. Number one, conditional control structure and looping control structure. So conditional control structure, we have one more topic left, that is switch case, which we will see in our next video. We will discuss about the switch case, what is the benefits of using switch case, right? It is similar to if else only, but there is a difference in the syntax and a little bit easier to use the switch case, which is similar to C language only. So after completing switch case, we just complete the conditional control structure. So in our next video we will complete with the switch case, and that is called conditional, that is a part of conditional control structure. So this is all about the if statement over here. This is all from my side. I hope you people understand the whole concept, and if you have any doubt regarding the programs or anything, you can ask me in the WhatsApp number. Thank you all.